welcome to the 40th episode of the Gamer Hole.
Hey!
Whoa, we made it to 40.
Yeah, we made it to... I know 50 is probably a bigger event to celebrate, but 40's...
we probably won't make it
40's
there.
40's pretty good, too, let's be honest.
This is 40.
I'm sure there's, like, some metric for, like... You know how there's, like, those stats for % of failed marriages where couples, like, go into business together? Like, percentage of
podcasts that don't reach 40
percentage
episodes.
of small business owners who get divorced. I think it's probably a similar percentage of groups of friends who break up after their 40th episode of their podcast. But not us. We're special. We'll be here forever.
Every Thursday.
Thursday. Welcome, everybody. I'm back. I missed you guys. Those are some good episodes, by the way, while I was gone. Omid, HEXLOOM. How about that last HEXLOOM episode, everyone, huh? That was crazy.
And how about that intro he just barely did for this
Yeah.
Well, I guess right now is last week's intro with him as a kid. Holy
I haven't watched it. I didn't watch
so
it. Oh,
good.
fuck.
Dude, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like HEXLOOM home video. At first I was like, dude, this is funny. And then I was like, oh shit, that's him.
Yeah.
It took me a second. Yeah, I was like...
I clarified with him it was indeed him, like 100. He wasn't just faking it. Yeah. Him giving a Jehovah's Witness sermon of some sort as a child.
Like 8.
Pretty amazing. Yeah.
Oh, he told me he was going to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
If
it.
you saw last episode, I don't know where my cameras are anymore. I got a new camera. It would make a lot more sense. But yeah. Pretty hilarious to see. And after everything that he described, you can see the pain in his eyes during it, honestly. But yeah, it was good. So, Dekie, I understand you've been going through a bit of a natural disaster in Mexico the last few days. Would you like to tell us about that? Because I want to hear about it.
Are they? I mean...
I don't think in the city. On the beach, yeah. I think at least a few people died. But
okay, never mind. Damn.
I mean, it's an earthquake. You gotta be happy with, I guess,
I
minimal
thought it was
death.
like a small one, you know, where like it just a little shaken, and then that's the end of it.
It was like a 7, right? Or something
7.1, which is
that's
pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole, like, Richter scale is what it's called for earthquakes, yeah. That's weird because it doesn't make sense. Something point something is the scale, and you would think, like, every point means, a tenth of the big number. But I don't even know how the scales work. But if you go up, like, a full number, it's not like, it's not like 10 higher. It's like 30 times bigger than
it operates on
an exponential scale.
Curve, yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Numbers make it.
Numbers don't matter, guys. Yeah, numbers are fake.
But yeah, there was an earthquake on 2 days ago, which I was at a wake, so I wasn't even in the city of that. I was in the state of Mexico.
Speaking to us,
yeah, I was like, and definitely felt a shake. There was no sirens. I don't know if there were sirens just in that area, but apparently a lot of the sirens didn't go off in the city as well, which is a little bit frightening. But yeah, I just felt this big, like, shift, and I was like, oh, God, here we go again. So, like, everybody ran out. It was fine. And you could tell. So, from my time in Mexico, I've been through quite a few, and I've been through one very big one. But there is, like...
on his Twitch channel, there's a clip of it that is just the most insane clip on Twitch I've ever seen. And it has, like, a ton of views on it because it's so insane.
The only thing I'm knowing
Maybe, perhaps, someone might edit it in real quick, or if not, twitch.tv/SirDekie. Also, give him a follow. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, Sully. I understand now. It all makes sense. Well, oh shit. Earthquake, dudes. I will be, actually,
Continue.
So yeah, we can get to that one, but yeah, there's primarily two different types, and you can have like just a big swaying motion, to where it literally feels like you're just on a platform and somebody's like shifting it back and forth, and it's kind of like balance is weird, and all the buildings shake. Mm-hmm. And then there's like there's a sway, and then there's a shake, and the shake is what's going to destroy shit. So this one was a big sway, so there wasn't a lot of damage overall. For the most part, you could see some like tops of trees that like knocked off, or a couple of things like stuff in my apartment when we got back was knocked over.
Your apartment looks like it went through an earthquake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you?
It's a lot
me.
messier than
Are you
usual.
hoarding again? Like
Dekie is the earthquake.
Yeah.
So there was that, and I had an idea. I was like, all right, it's not too bad. But like the annoying thing was, the dogs were at home, we weren't there, so like we couldn't tell. Plus all the signals were down for like phones and everything else. So there's a lot of like lacking communication and shit. And we were at a wake, so that was a little bit odd. But yeah, overall not that bad. But because the previous earthquake, which was very large and did a lot of destruction back in 2017, that was on September 19th. And about a week before the September 19th one, there had been another big quake, but it was a sway one. And this is about a week before September 19th, 2021, and it's a big sway one. So now, September 19th is going to bring a big shake. And you may say, Dekie, what's the chances of that? Well, the massive earthquake in 1985 was also on September 19th. It's earthquake
Holy
season.
shit.
So,
You better make sure you're live on September 19th.
Which it is coincidence,
Dekie.
like there's not a proper earthquake season. But
I didn't know you were so knowledgeable on
see,
earthquakes.
Dekie is going to take a little flight on the 18th to another destination, and then fly back on the 20th if nothing happens. Yeah.
No, Dekie should be live on the 19th, I think.
I need those views, baby!
You need another big Twitch clip.
But the main thing was
Earthquake Watch.
The 217 quake was very massive, and it was definitely the shake kind. It destroyed a lot of different areas, especially in the area that I was in. So yeah, there's the clip of that. I ran out, and at the time I was like, well, I'm outside. All right, clearly I'm safe. This is okay. And like that lasted for like days to clean up and other stuff. We were like out of power and so on. But it wasn't until like a significant a couple of days after that it like hit me, and I ended up having like this permanent dizziness, and I've had that for years and years. And only the past like 11 months it's subsided enough to where I don't feel like it all the time. Mm-hmm. And I've like gone to doctors and shit, and it's similar to like vertigo, but it's not actually vertigo. But yeah, I'm just always a little bit dizzy. And like right after the earthquake, I couldn't play FPS games, couldn't do anything like that. And then just any other time after that, I'd be dizzy if I walk. Any kind of balance stuff would be a little bit difficult. And they're like, yeah, it's just like
Dekie.
You didn't really know how to
have to
process the actual earthquake at the time. You were fine with it, and then it kind of hit you afterwards, and your brain's just a little bit messed up.
You have to be in another earthquake to make it go away.
Yeah.
So
like a Freaky Friday situation.
Like a Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've talked about that a lot, but yeah, I've constantly had a bit of dizziness, or a lot of times, especially in the past couple of years, not so much these past few months. I can sit in a rolly chair now, which is awesome.
He couldn't sit in a rolly chair before. Yeah.
Is that why part of the reason you sat in that horrible chair? That
well,
horrible
that's why
thing?
I kept it a lot because of that. Because like I needed to be stable, or else it'd be weird. But also like you'd see me on stream. Sometimes I'd just be playing and I'd be like stopping and be like, and nothing would be happening. It's just I'd get dizzy. But it's been subsiding now that earthquake hit. I'm back to being dizzy as fuck now.
Really?
And my brain is just like on full alert. I haven't been able to sleep worth shit the past couple of days. So.
Damn. So it really is. I was about to say, like, are you sure it's the earthquake that caused this? But now that this other quake set it off again, I guess it was. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, it just kind of re-upped my like hyper anxiety about it. But yeah, let's get past September 19th and then smooth sailing. Earthquake season will be gone.
Yeah, season.
In my head, I'm going to tell myself that.
Damn. Well, I hope that you don't get another one.
Yeah,
So-
no, chances of that are slim.
That must be weird. I have never experienced an earthquake, actually. Never.
It's super bizarre. Like, you can't replicate the feeling because like everything moves. Like, you can be, like you can
Right.
be used to like being on something jiggly, but like when the entire like earth below you is shaking, it's bizarre.
Yeah, I could imagine.
I slept through the only earthquake in my life we've ever had up here, and I
Yeah.
was so pissed
Same,
off.
I think.
I
Yeah,
was
same.
I was in California when that hit or something. I wasn't here.
Yeah.
You should be having.
I was so
earthquakes.
upset.
Yeah.
I was like, I just wanted to experience it. I was fucking asleep. Like,
I think I've had a couple minor ones because there's just ones that happen in Canada, like a couple hours north. So I think I've had some very, very minor ones. I remember one time when I woke up to like metal on the roof, almost like it sounded like it was ripping off, kind of, but it was just a weird earthquake shift that you could barely feel it, but the metal like shifted ever slightly that it made a weird noise, like it popped. I don't know. And that's the only thing I remember from that earthquake.
That's the like cool part of it is, well, I don't know about cool part, but like one of the interesting things is like that one, like the earthquake happens, everybody runs outside and it's like silent because the city stops for a second, but all you hear is just like creaking of buildings. And
Damn.
it's like,
The
it's a-
cool
crazy.
thing. Then
Well,
it's really
like,
cool when
that-
it crumbles down.
The creaking, like the sway, is because everything's made out of concrete
Yeah.
here. Like in California, a lot of the procedures people go to like archways or doorways so that if something does collapse, you're under like a sturdy structure here. In Mexico, if something collapses, like it's
Get the fuck away. 'cause it's
stories
all
and stories of concrete.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna. Yeah, it's all about you have to go out on the street.
this wooden doorway will save me.
There's definitely a
4
little bit of
stories
different
of just
architecture
concrete.
going on. So that and then
And-
Mexico City's on a old river, so like all the soil underneath, or old lake, so all the soil underneath is super
When I
loose.
was in Mexico, I noticed so many things like that. Like there are no safety, like construction safety things. Like,
Building
Like you
standards,
could
yeah.
fall off the side of like a cliff there, and there's like no protection for it. Like
That's
it's
the way I
crazy.
like it. I don't like
Yeah.
the government getting in and their little dirty paws and making it safer.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are they
Yeah.
to tell me that this ridge is
Exactly.
dangerous? I know it's dangerous. I can look
That's
over
on
and
you.
see. I'll
Yeah.
die if I fall.
My
down there.
grandma died on that, so I know it's dangerous. I will not do the same thing.
But yeah, that's an earthquake.
That's crazy, Dekie.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Sorry you're feeling dizzy again.
I just want to sleep.
Is that why your apartment's so fucked up? You're running on no,
No, I
sleep,
had-
just like
I had bought a lot of longer cables to move my PC down and done a bunch of other shit, so I had to take apart my entire setup. So I got. a bunch
I
of
gotcha. Okay, okay.
He's moving the 3D printer, right?
You changing up your monitor layout?
No, that's all the same. It's just like on my side desk, I'd had my printer up here, I'd had my PC up here, I'd had a bunch of other stuff. My cables weren't long enough for them to go to the floor, so I did that.
I've got my monitors just like you. I was like, damn, that's smart, and I love it. Can't
I got
go
a
back.
monitor stand for them though, so now I don't have all the bases on my desk.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I got the same. I can't go back to the monitor stand. There's something about them floating in space in front of me that just makes my brain happy.
Desk real estate is valuable for a game.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with like desk shit and like
Just get a
making a
bigger desk.
room like really cool and like I love it. I love setup tours. I love all that stuff. That
Yeah.
Frank guy on YouTube who like has the coolest fucking desk I've ever seen. I don't know his name, but I see him all the time on there. Anyways,
I get to build my desk soon, which is gonna be cool.
yeah.
Move.
Honestly, I love all that stuff. Like coming up with like how to like set everything up in a room and like building furniture. See, that's what we were talking about the
Butcher
Legos
block
earlier.
top. Ugh.
I love putting furniture together. I don't know why. It's very weird.
Like
something I
IKEA
just
furniture
love.
or like actual
Anything. I love it. Love
furniture?
it.
I hate IKEA furniture. I just
Why? Great.
because
it's easy. It's simple. It's affordable.
That's
What's
why
not to like?
I could make it myself, and I'm
What
too
are you,
lazy.
a carpenter? Are you?
Kings has like a fucking lathe
It-
and a.
I do have a
and
lathe,
fucking,
but it's
like-
not that hard to make
Kings-
furniture, guys.
Kings is like, damn, I need a dining room table. Goes out in his fucking garage and just starts like
Sanding.
sawing boards and planks. Yeah.
Why is that weird?
It's a trade-off.
It's
Furniture
not,
is
I
a
guess.
trade-off for. I'm not gonna make my own fucking sofa, Kings.
well,
like,
not
come on.
sofa. Okay, sofa you don't, but like, I don't know.
Oh, make your own furniture,
Kings
guys.
made his own computer chair.
He built his own. He made his own. All the parts of his machine are all
No, but table is
custom
like-
made.
table's like a cool thing.
I
Table-
designed this skeletal structure back here with all the
God.
grooves and the yeah,
Wow.
whatever.
I'm
I
gonna shut
made
up
this
now.
desk.
Sorry. I love
Butcher's-
games.
Butcher's block and
Games are cool.
No, we're not talking about games.
Games.
I know this is called the gamer hole, but God, I feel like
I love games.
as long as we don't talk about Tarkov, that's fine.
dude, there's some podcasts that like the entire podcast is just oriented around Tarkov. I'm
Yeah.
sure we're allowed to talk about Tarkov for 5 minutes. I don't want to talk about
No,
Tarkov.
no,
but
no,
we're
no,
allowed
don't even
to.
start. Just because we're floundering right now and just punching through the air trying to think of something. We cannot resort to Tarkov.
We can talk about my muscle disease if you want.
That's your call. I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, look, I've been so open about my health.
Okay.
Starting, it's kind of like ironic that I started talking about this on the Gamer Hole, and I'm gonna finish talking about it on the Gamer Hole. Because like the first time I was ever on the Gamer Hole, we talked about my balls hurting,
Yeah, that's true.
which is
Yeah.
this, and that was almost exactly 1 year ago. I think that was like the end of September. I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
So it just feels right to come full circle with it.
Have you talked
Right.
about it publicly before? Or is this the first time?
I was gonna wait for the Gamer Hole to like
Oh, okay. Well,
say something. Well, I like mentioned that I was sick on my stream, but I didn't really like talk about it because I don't know. I wasn't ready. I don't think. But the first time I was on the Gamer Hole, my balls really hurt. We just happened to line me up as a guest when I was experiencing like crippling ball pain.
is that when
And
it first
I went
started?
to like, yeah, October
Yeah.
of. Well, no, it was like September of.
I didn't remember that
Last
was like
year,
the first of the ball
2020.
pain. You had still already had your headaches and everything consistently before that.
Yeah, I've had my headache since 2018.
Okay.
And I've also had that. I mean, my dizziness is caused by the muscle disease, Dekie, but I've also like felt that for 3 years. Just like a very slight, just like, not, what'd you call it?
Vertigo,
Not vertigo, but very, very light dizziness. My balls hurt last year. The first time I was on the Gamer Hole, and we talked about like I went to like a ball doctor. They gave me like an ultrasound. They did MRIs, CAT scans. They were like, "Your balls are fine, dude." And then I went to like a new ball doctor, and they said the same thing. They were like, "You got to see a neurologist." I went to the neurologist. By the time I got to the neurologist, my feet were like going numb, and my legs would go numb every now and then, and I was getting like pain in my arms. And he did like an EMG on me, which is where you they stick like like an electrode in you, like a needle. It's just a syringe with like a car battery attached
It's
to
like
it,
a shock
essentially.
thing. Yeah, I had it on my knee.
Yeah. And he sticks it like right in your nerve. So you know when you like hit your funny bone and you
yeah.
get like that that quick shot of like tingliness? It's essentially that because he's like shocking that part, like your nerve specifically.
Oh, that sounds so
he
unpleasant.
would stick it in, and then he would like stick the other end of the electrode or whatever the fuck like at the other side of your nerve where he wants to like measure the conductivity between it, and you'd get like a quick like zap through the nerve, and then he would just like he'd listen. There's like an oscilloscope, and he would like read it, and the test started off like super lighthearted, like we were joking and talking, and then like as it kept going, he started getting like quieter and quieter and like more like somber, And then eventually he just like stopped talking to me or replying to like any of my questions. And it started off him saying, okay, I'm going to zap you, like 1, 2, 3, zap. And then he just stopped like counting at all because he was so like into like what he was doing, I guess. And after that he was like, yeah, you've got muscle disease. Like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you got muscle disease. Like, we need to figure out what's going on with you. So they ran a bunch of blood tests that I'm waiting for, and they're gonna have to do a muscle biopsy at some point to determine, because there's like a whole family of muscle diseases, right? There's like
a broad spectrum.
Yeah, my cousins
like
have
MS and muscular dystrophy and a bunch of other shit that I can't pronounce. So it's really nice to honestly to know that, like, I started to think I've had this headache for 3 years, and I've been to like headache specialists in Philadelphia. I've been to like neurologists that specialize in like head pain. And everybody tells me like there's nothing, we don't see anything. Like, there's nothing wrong. You've tried all the headache meds.
That's crazy that it took so long
There's
for
nothing
someone
wrong.
to figure this out.
And yeah, and for 3 years I'm like, these doctors are making me feel like I'm making this up, right?
Yeah.
Like, the way healthcare in the U.S. works is if they can't find anything, they're gonna tell you like it's all in your head.
Yeah.
Like, you're making this up. And I started to like second guess myself. I'm like, does my head hurt? Like, they keep saying there's nothing wrong with my head, but I swear to God it hurts. Like, have I always felt like this? Like, why do I feel like this now? It's all because of the muscle disease.
Yeah.
But hopefully now that like they know it's muscle disease, I can actually start getting like real treatment. And there's a lot of muscle disease that is like treatable. I'm not gonna like die tomorrow, right? Like, I'll be okay, and I'll actually hopefully be better than I am right now once I get started on some like course of treatment.
Instead of just going in circles.
Yeah. So everybody, like, I've always been really open about the ball pain, and like everybody comes into my chat and is like, how are the balls? And that's
it's like sort of funny, but now it's not so funny. Yeah.
And now it's like, oh man, I don't know what to tell you guys now. Like, I used to joke about it, but now I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Like, they hurt. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm glad that I'll hopefully now be able to like get treatment for it.
Yeah.
And that's why I was gone for so long. I took like a week off from streaming, from Twitter, from the gamer hole, from, I don't know, everything. I just like hung out with my parents and went to doctor's appointments. But I'm glad that now I'm going to get treatment for it. That'll be good. That'll be nice. I have like a lot I'm going to have to learn about my own body. I think a lot of us take our health for granted.
Until something goes wrong,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not until something goes really wrong that you're like, wow, I really wish I had done more before my body started hurting all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had just done more stuff before I was in pain constantly. So I don't know.
Maybe once you get some
like
treatment,
really
you can
somber...
do stuff that you want to do.
I hope so, man. The biggest thing is I miss traveling. Like, I miss driving places. Because it just hurts my fucking tailbone. It hurts my balls so much to be in a car for more than 30 minutes. God, I want to just get in my car and, like, drive to Florida. That used to be so easy for me to do. And now it's, like, agonizing.
Back to the actual like test thing they did on you. Where did they stick your nerves? Like, what?
Yeah,
nerve?
did that?
Everywhere.
Did they like stick it into
Like,
your
every
funny
muscle.
bone? Like, did that like
it's-
hurt like hitting your funny bone?
It's like, it was like imagine like a super thin needle. I'm talking like super tiny, because it's not meant to inject you with something.
Yeah,
it's just meant to be like
A
a very
conductor.
small. Yeah, right. So it's like thread, but it's super long, and they stick it. And you know, when you get a shot, they aim for like fatty parts of your body, right?
Yeah.
Go for bones.
When you
like
with this, like, they gotta get into your nerves and into your muscles, so they just he started at my feet and he like stuck it in different parts on my calf because he has to get into your
Did
nerve,
you like
right?
feel
Your
it,
nerves
like other
run-
than the puncture?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can feel it, like,
but yeah,
go
it's going
in.
to your nerves. Your nerves are what make you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, was this incredibly painful? Even,
Yeah, it hurts.
and then did the shocking stuff
It-
add to it?
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
That sounds
Like the
extremely
very first-
unpleasant.
Yeah.
The very first time, it's funny, right? He sticks it in, you feel like that prick, and then you feel like the pain of something pushing down into your muscle, and then and then he shocks you, and it's like a gag gift, right? Where you get shocked, or like you pull the stick of gum, and it like shocks your arm real quick, and it's like ah ha ha ha. And the first time, it was like silly and funny, and then the 200 times after
You're
it
like, fuck. Yeah.
sucked. Yeah, I was
Were your
like
muscles like
I was
sore
in,
after? Like,
Yeah, I was in a ton of pain for the next 2 days because your nerves don't get stimulated like that. Like your nerves rarely get just like bombarded with
do you
electricity.
feel that? Do you feel that heat in the nerve? Like when you hit your funny bone, for example, your whole arm gets like hot. Oh,
Yeah,
I hate
it's-
that. Ooh.
It's literally the same thing as that. Except it's like just controlled like between 2 points where he wants to feel it.
Gosh.
Or where he wants to test your nerve. And I guess you can tell, like, because your muscles and your nerves sound like static when they do that, right? Like, because he's like listening at the same time. You can hear like static, and it's supposed to sound like steady, static sounding, just like TV white noise when he does it. But mine was like super crackly and poppy because my nerves and my muscles are damaged. There's no reason for them to be damaged because I haven't. Sometimes it'll happen if you're like an athlete and you've like torn a muscle or a ligament or something, and or you've like really overexerted yourself and damaged a muscle. Sometimes that'll happen, but I'm not an athlete. I sit at my computer.
You're a
like,
gaming athlete.
Did you damage yourself? Do you count playing Tarkov 5 times a week for 4 hours
I'm
straight?
damaged emotionally. Heart, soul.
But I'm happy. Like at the end of the day, I'm happy because I finally have like a real answer
Yeah, once
as
you
to
get some
what's
actual specifications on it.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's got to be relieving.
And we live in 2021. Like it's they're not going to be giving me like fucking lithium and electroshock therapy, right? Like I'm going to get like some pretty modern medicine, you know what I mean? I don't think it'll affect my life expectancy, and I'm hoping to live like a full life, whatever it fucking is.
Well,
So I'm happy. Like at the end of the day, it's good news, and I'm happy to finally have an answer.
good. Yeah, we're all hoping it's as mild as possible, and
Yeah. I hope it's just like
manageable as possible.
fibromyalgia or something.
Well, my
my
cousins
which
have
leads
something.
me.
Sorry, my cousins
Which
have
leads
something
me
that
to-
that just they have to get massages and stuff because it just hurts a lot, but doesn't affect their life too much
Massages
right
are
now.
good.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Yeah.
right now they're doing pretty well. So you never know.
I'm gonna try weed. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Do weed, dude.
I actually have it. My parents bought me some in Colorado when they were there.
Hell yeah, inject
Wanna do
some
some right
marijuana.
now?
And I'm
Do it right
Wanna do
now.
some right now?
During the podcast, like Elon
No,
Musk.
I can't, dude.
Grab some.
I'm too
Elon.
Like
ZChum's
Elon
favorite
on
person.
Rogan. Yeah, you love him. Come on.
I'm very nervous about it. My parents bought it. It came in like
Wait.
5 pre-rolled joints. But I'm like nervous about it.
Don't
and
be nervous
I don't
about
want to.
Okay, so
Well,
listen.
ZChum's talked about it because like the first time he did it, he got super paranoid.
I
and ever
understand.
since
I
then,
understand
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and I've experienced that as well. I smoked a lot more weed in my day.
Really? Really, Aqua? While you were listening to Pog?
Not surprised by that?
At the
Your fucking fish concert.
God, everyone thinks I'm such a pothead. I mean, I sort of was, not really, but ZChum. So that anxiety that you might have had from it was like, you got it illegally. Who knows what else is
Yep.
in it?
That exactly.
But
dude.
when
I
it's
was like, I don't know who
controlled-
grew this
Yeah,
shit.
when it's
I don't know
controlled,
what's mixed in with
I
it.
love medical
Yeah.
marijuana. The few times I've had it, because it's like this is controlled substance. And then when you start to feel something funny, you can just be like, "This is what's supposed to happen," and then you like don't freak out about it.
Exactly.
So you'll probably love
That's
it. It'll be great.
That's why I'm kind of
do
excited
drugs.
about it.
ZChum, you should
Gamers.
come to my to the house I'm getting because we're growing. I'm growing at mine.
Really?
You're gonna grow.
Shit, hell
Well,
yeah.
yeah, my state you're allowed to grow. You have to grow actually because you're not
Oh,
allowed
shit,
to
you
buy. So I'm just gonna grow.
You're not about to buy yet, right?
Yeah, right. You're not allowed to buy yet. You can't sell or buy, but you
Wait.
can have or have friends give you, and you're allowed to grow. I think it's like
Kings.
5 plants or something.
I didn't realize you were one to partake in marijuana, or are
I
you
have-
just doing this as like a business scheme to like sell weed?
No,
That I find you're more likely
haven't,
to do.
I haven't smoked regularly in probably 8 years, 9 years, something like that.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did in college, but like then I didn't do it regularly.
I've
Every once
just
in a
always
while.
been so jealous
Why
of
not?
people who
And-
got to get high all the time.
Honestly,
I was
ZChum,
just so jealous.
It's not that. It's
you,
not crazy.
You are
good or
so much
anything.
better off. You know how you know all these skills and like you knew about crypto and you were using your brain so proactively during your developmental years while the rest of us were just baked sitting on the couch playing Super Smash Melee. Like, this is why you're a whiz kid. This is why you're Jimmy Neutron. We just fried ourselves
The
for
one
years.
time, dude, the one time I smoked and it actually it sucked. I know if we've talked about this, but like I smoked way too much, or there was something in it or something, and it fucked me up. I went into like complete nervous wreck mode. I thought somebody had a gun to my head. I was like begging my friends to call 911. But after what felt like 3 hours of that, it was probably like only 15 minutes of that. But after what felt like hours and hours of that, it was awesome, man. I like all of a sudden something just clicked, and I was looking at my door, and I was like,
That's a nice door.
Don't
Door.
don't do edibles though.
Yeah, I don't like edibles.
yeah, that's why I had my parents buy me like
Yeah, people have different
weed,
Yeah, people have
because-
different reactions, and also if you don't know what you're doing, you could overdose yourself and then get to the point where you are like
I worry about the delay. My biggest fear with edibles is the
Delay,
delayed
yeah.
nature of edibles, because you consume it and then you're just sitting there like, it gives me too much time to like scare myself. I'm like, when's it gonna start? When's it gonna start? When's it gonna start? And then I start getting
Yeah,
anxious.
yeah.
And then I go into it in the wrong mindset. Whereas if I can smoke, I can just take like a tiny little inhale, and I can just like sit back and just wait and see what happens. And then if after a few minutes like it's not enough, I can take like another tiny little inhale, you know? I want to build myself up and see because if it helps my spine and ball
might.
pain,
it might, yeah.
I'm gonna be so happy, because nothing at this point has helped it other than consuming large amounts of ibuprofen, which I don't think is good for you.
It's not good for you.
I just want to see ZChum show up next week on the podcast wearing like a drug rug, you know, like
Yeah.
But like a poncho.
yeah, dude, and he's
With
got
the
like
hemp-
a fucking
the
hat
hemp
with the weed
poncho
logo
and
on
the-
it,
Yeah.
and he's just like coughing all the time. Full stoner ZChum coming in.
My
I vaped for a while in high school.
like weed
Like yeah,
vape.
weed or
No,
Yeah.
I just vaped.
Those
Blow
didn't
effect
those
left,
don't
yeah.
didn't exist, I don't think, when I was in high school. But my you know who deals me drugs? You know who my dealer is these days?
Your sister, because she has a medical thing.
Not
Big
even
pharma.
my dad.
Close family.
My dad gives me weed like once every, I don't know, whenever I ask for it, which is like once every 2 months or less even. And he's become like just like a late in life pothead. he just like
awesome.
he's like getting to the age where he's like semi like, you know, thinking about retiring. He's kind of like mentally checked out of his work. He's starting to be, and he's just smoking weed and watching movies.
Dude, a lot of people bought a lot of like that generation bought into that propaganda of like the narrative of like weed is a gateway drug. It'll ruin your life. It'll fucking kill you.
I think he was smoking it then too, and I know he was, and he was telling me about Quaaludes, like from The Wolf of Wall Street. He was big with the Quaaludes. Very cool.
Holy shit.
Those were all the rage during that time. Like that movie wasn't kidding.
I think a lot of people were big with Quaaludes then.
Yeah.
Aqua.
Apparently, like
those were hot.
Yeah.
Those were hot. They were.
He loves telling me this story. He went on a date, right? And like for some reason, people would take, according to him, like Quaaludes before they went on dates for some reason. I don't know. And some girl like took like too many Quaaludes or something and like threw up in his lap or something, like at a movie because she was too fucked up on Quaaludes.
Yeah. And now he's married to her and has Aqua as a kid.
Yeah. My I was a Quaalude baby. It's fun.
That explains everything.
Holy shit.
It's how I met your mother.
How I met your mother. She barfed on me from a Quaalude overdose.
We still gotta get.
That's the '80s, baby. What can I say? What?
Aqua's dad's like the most like.
Everyone loves my dad.
I'm so excited. He needs to be on the podcast.
I kind of want to replace Aqua with him. Like,
Dude, don't say that. I'm so sensitive about that because everybody says that. Like growing up, my friends would come over and like to hang out with me, but also to hang out with him. Yeah. It's like annoying. Yeah. But
it's like Stacy's mom, but it's Aqua's dad.
Yeah. Why do you think Aqua's married?
Dad has got it going on.
Why do you think Aqua's married? His wife just wants to hang out with his dad. He seems like a cool guy to hang out with. So
honestly, like the three of us do hang out a lot. Yeah. She like sits next to him in the booth, instead of me. Fuck. This is like the wife's boyfriend joke, but even worse.
Even
my
worse.
Dad.
I love when people fucking comment that, like, "Oh, is Aqua serious?" And it's like, first off,
I'm serious.
First off, it's a fucking joke.
God.
Second off, who gives a fuck? Stop being like little bitches about it. Like one guy like went on like a priest.
That's not even that.
Yeah, but a guy went on the comment section, went on like a priest rant about how it's wrong to have multiple partners. It was like typing like it was a real thing, and I was like, oh my god! I hope it was a joke. I hope so. It was so weird.
It's not even like a meme specific to me. Like wife's boyfriend. That's like a widespread meme.
I don't know.
Like are people that like?
Well, it was
Patrick Star living under a rock. Come on, get with it.
It was YouTube, so maybe they're different. Maybe they don't know memes. I don't know.
The lines have blurred for me between like sarcasm and really actually doing things. I don't know what's real anymore. From after like a year of being on Twitch and YouTube.
You never know.
Some people are just so fucking brain dead, dude.
That it's hard to tell sometimes.
Like some people comment or type in chat in Twitch, and I'm like, do I get rid of this person, or is he just making like, is this like an inside? I don't fucking know.
Or is this just like a terrible joke that like, and then when it's kind of sad, honestly. I feel bad for some people almost. Like they'll say something really fucked up, and then you call them out on it. And then they'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm not good at socializing. I thought this was funny.
Right. I think a lot of people take jokes that are 2 years old or 3 years old and then just like keep saying them because they don't know. Like it was funny one time when one person said it and then they'll just repeat it for 2 years and you're like, that was only funny once during one time. Shut the fuck up.
Every time I stream with Aqua, I get 2 or 3 people who join my fucking Twitch chat, and they go, hey, can you tell Aqua happy birthday from, and then they'll say their name, and I'm like...
I'm so sorry.
I can't just spend the entire stream giving
that,
Aqua
makes
happy
me
birthday
feel
wish from
so
everyone.
Uncomfortable. Like, because I know that annoys you.
It's like, it doesn't annoy me, it makes me feel bad for the people who, like, don't get how old of a meme this
Yeah,
is, and
that
how
too.
it's just like
I'm fine with them even saying it every once in a while in Aqua's chat, but to go into ZChums to say that doesn't like, do they think it's going to be that
Well,
hilarious for ZChum to say to Aqua?
I get it, dude. Maybe they like just discovered Aqua
Maybe,
and they think the happy birthday joke is like a funny thing,
Yeah,
and they
people
want
are entering
you know.
in at all different times,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother me, but at the same time,
No, but like,
some people just are so.
I don't
clueless.
mean I don't mean in that way. Just like I feel like a lot of people streaming when like someone brings up like another streamer or something, like tell them this. It's like annoying. Is that like I feel like that's got to be
but that
annoying.
happens-
delivering messages
that
to people
happens
I'm
with
on Discord
everybody.
with ever.
Yeah, it does happen to everybody, but
It happens to everyone,
feel
but
like
you're not.
since
they're
it's
not
me
messenger
causing
boys.
it, I feel bad.
No, dude, it happens no matter. It's because I'm like not the youngest, but like the least influential in the group of like you, Omid, Poob, Xphil. I'm like the most accessible in terms of Twitch chat. So anytime I do it with you, Omid, Poob, Xphil, I'll get like 3 or 4 people who come in my chat and say like, "Hey, can you tell
Maybe you're just
Xphil
really
I
good at
love
reading
him?"
your chat.
No, that is part of it. Like, if I was to look at those people, ZChum's the best at reading chat.
People do it to me too. They're like, "Hey, say hi to Poob for me" or something.
Even
Yeah.
if
But no, but it
ZChum
goes
has more
beyond,
viewers
like-
and more chatters than the other people, ZChum will read it more than some of the other ones. I mean, I went into Omid's
But
chat last night
I think people just.
and I typed something. 15 minutes later, he responded.
Well, yeah, but last night he was like
Yeah.
in like a group call with a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's hard when you're in a
Because
group.
Omid was like switched off yesterday. He was like playing some fucking vampire.
Dude, I
fucking,
love that game.
I was gonna say
Battle Royale.
Omid loves that game
was
because it's
just
H1Z1, but vampires.
Yeah, it's good.
He was just like. He's straight brain dead, not even looking at chat, like talking
was
to
zoned
Pooh,
in.
or
That's
not
old
Pooh, talking
Omid.
to Xphil and
That's
Sam
old
and
Omid,
Discord.
yeah, that's gamer Omid.
That's gamer Omid. Yeah.
He was the biggest gamer I knew.
Back in the day when he was just like cracked out, like playing his game all the time, like he'd be the best. Now
He's so
he
good.
usually reads chat and kind of dies a couple times too many, but yeah. Back in the day, he would never die. He was.
But I think I think when I do it with people, they look at that and they're like, "Oh, here's the streamer I actually like with 500 to 2,000 viewers, and here's ZChum with 200 viewers who I can get to read my message." So
no,
tell the guy I actually like.
I wouldn't
I love
say
him.
actually
that's not
like.
how it is.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
You know how I know why that's how it is? Because it's always their first message in my chat. They've never talked in my chat before.
How do you
And their
check
first-
that, by the way? A message
pops
log.
up.
You can
Forward-
click you can
forward
click their
slash-
name,
Yeah.
and then look at the message log.
I need
And
to
then
learn
you
all
can
this
see
stuff.
messages, and there's always just a 1 next to their name, because the first message they said in my chat was,
Yeah.
"Tell Aqua I love him. Tell Poob I love him. Tell Devin he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
From me. Make sure you say my name. Say it's from me." And I'm like, dude, I can't spend the whole stream just like giving compliments to your favorite streamer from you.
I
like,
do that
I don't really
sometimes,
mind it,
too.
but yeah, like sometimes, like if it's like nice or if it's something really funny, then I don't mind it.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I know what you're doing. Like
Whatever.
I don't care. At the
People
end of
are
the day,
like-
I don't care.
That's how you
Yeah,
get new
sometimes
people. Though.
are like,
That's
"Tell
gonna happen.
ZChum I
I know.
hope his balls feel good today." You know, stuff like that.
I
And
know,
I'll-
which is
I'll
why
tell you.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But there are a few that you just know that like
Yeah.
they're doing it because
sure.
they just want you to talk to their favorite streamer for them. And it's
Yeah.
like, come on, man, I got a heart, I got a soul.
It is crazy. A lot
lonely
of
at
people like
the bottom.
are so weird like that. Like they're so mean to you. And like I feel like we're all pretty good at dealing with it, but like some streamers are just like they just like ban everybody because they just like do
I
not
know,
like that.
dude.
But you,
I don't
you
have
guys,
the heart
you guys
to do
don't care
that.
that much. You're just like,
I
yeah,
don't
whatever.
give a
Say what
shit.
you want in
Yeah.
chat. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care enough. You guys can still do that. Like, feel free to come in my chat and be like, tell Aqua he's a piss boy.
Usually
haha.
it's funny. Like, I don't mind at all. Like, just sometimes, like, things will do strike a nerve with me. Like, when I was playing that vampire game the other day, everybody came in being like, is this sponsored? Is this sponsored?
Yeah, that was
like,
fucking dumb.
That's so stupid.
Like, you would risk going to jail just because you didn't want to put hashtag ad at the end of your fucking
they're just
title.
uninformed. Like, also, like, why do you think I want to, like, pull the wool over your eyes about something like that?
Yeah, why would
give
it
a
matter?
fuck.
It'd be
I
fine
take
to be
sponsors
sponsored.
all the time. I don't care. I'll tell you straight up.
Got him.
Yeah, like,
These
it's just
stupid viewers are gonna have no idea.
But like, what actually annoys me is that it's a new game that I found interesting. I wanted to play it, you know? And
You
like,
had
for
fun with it,
it,
though?
I did. I
It
liked
looks
it.
so bad.
Yeah,
I
dude,
love
I
shitty
was
BRs,
not
and I didn't
bad.
even fuck it.
Well, it's like
not
an
bad.
I
H1.
was watching Omid
It's
play,
like H1.
and I liked
it looks amazing. It looks like H1
It's
where
pretty good.
It's the fast combat, like, not like waiting around a corner as much as, well, you do wait around the corner a little bit, but it's more like you jump and shoot. It's not like fucking, wait 45 minutes and then finally run against someone.
Yeah, it's
Like,
fun.
it's kind
But
of
like,
a cool thing.
But what annoyed me so much is that, like, yeah, I'm a gamer too. Like,
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
looking for a game to enjoy just like anybody else. And if I attempt to do that and play something that isn't Tarkov or whatever the fuck, people are like, what are you doing playing this game? Looks like shit, looks like shit. They just want a reason to hate on a new game. That's
they
what
do.
it is. People are so fucking negative.
Well,
It's
the
annoying.
thing is that
time-
people will, those same people that hate on the fucking game will wait 2 weeks until their favorite streamer's playing it a lot. Then they'll go,
Exactly.
oh, I fucking love this game. So fucking cool. It's
Yeah.
like,
Get in there and try
Dude,
something.
try it out
love-
yourself and get your
yeah.
opinion.
Right.
I love the hive mind mentality on Twitch where anytime you play a game other than your main game, people will go, wow, this Tarkov update looks crazy.
Oh
And
my
they
God.
always
And
say it,
That's
and
the
they
best.
don't know. They they're saying that without realizing that everyone says
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
They
And
all
and
thought
think
they
they're-
came up with that joke.
Yeah.
That's the funniest
and
part.
every time you see it, you're like, very
Yeah,
funny,
funny.
dude. Haha. But you know that they came up with that, like, by themselves and thought it was a great joke and didn't realize that every 5 minutes somebody says
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
You guys need to
Whoa.
stop being so mean to chat. These guys, they're just.
We're not mean about it.
Well,
We're
Guys
just,
are hating
we're
on
just,
their comments.
you know.
I love chat.
Just that one comment.
I
also
love
the-
that one is, like, pretty funny.
I turned into a little troll, but again, I'm pretty good about it.
Kings is
with-
the best troll.
Yeah, like I'm at
trolls
least
me
nice
all
about
day.
it, and I troll people.
Every-
But it's also different because I'm like been in the communities for 4 years, and I'm like so it's a little bit different when I say it because people go, okay, he's trolling, not a big deal. When someone just comes in and says something really mean, or if they said the same comment I'd say, it would be a little bit tough if it was your first fucking message,
Yeah.
But,
Dekie,
The next message in my Twitch chat from Kings is going to be this Tarkov update.
Yeah, probably.
I like how Decky was the one to bring that up. Like, why are you guys being so mean to chat?
Deckie's the
Decky, you're
meanest
the
in
meanest
chat.
one out of all of
Deckie's
us
the
to your
meanest.
chat.
Yeah.
How
I just
dare
can't
you?
tolerate stupid people, man. It makes me mad.
See, there it is.
That's what we're talking about.
no,
Do not white knight this
Yeah, but you
conversation
guys-
right now. You,
you
son
guys
of a
have
bitch.
following, right? Like you guys have a following. So when people are dumb to you guys, you kind of have people that back you up. You guys are used to it. I don't fucking have a following. So I get shit on everywhere, and no one knows me, so they don't fucking care to be like, oh no, I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
So like, Sam
There are
says,
Kings fans out there.
Dude.
There are dozens of them.
Sam says one thing, and I get fucking death threats and shit, and then everyone else, you guys are just like, oh, it's just Twitch chat. I get fucking death threats. It's so bad.
God. Sorry, Kings.
Yeah, fuck King.
I don't have those friendly Twitch chat to drown out the death threats. I just have the straight death threats.
Yeah.
Some
As,
guy's
you know,
first message in King's fucking Twitch chat. Fuck you, King's entourage, piece of shit.
That's the worst. Actually,
Sorry,
the first
Why
one,
don't you
the
stream
first
more?
one was alarming. After that, I was fine. And it's not
Yeah.
even my stream though. It's they literally contact my business and hey, just so you know, you should die. And it's like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Wow, what a bunch of fucking losers.
Yeah, the first one was alarming. After that, I was like, whatever. It's a fucking another loser.
Cringe. Dude, I found lately, like, you know, playing Rust, you run into racists. It's fucking constant.
Oh, it's so bad.
Because they're kids and they're you know, they haven't been out in the world. Their entire existence has been like their local high school and Rust. So they think being a racist is like edgy and funny.
Kids are weird in that way. Like at a certain age, that's like funny to them. It's like just interesting to them to push a boundary. Like
I think it's the
thrill out of
attention.
it.
Yes,
I don't know what
you
it
get
is.
from it.
And the attention,
Yeah.
And
kids
dude,
are so dumb.
Lately,
honestly.
dude, lately I found like just I can't believe how devastating it is to children when they're racist and you don't give it any attention and you just call them cringe and it just like fucking destroys them.
Oh my God.
They're like,
if you call them cringe, it's a world ender for them.
I know. I can't believe how well it's been working for me on Rust because it's constant on Rust and like you know someone's racist and they expect to get this reaction out of you of like, oh, you're fucking piece of shit, you fucking piece of shit, I can't believe you'd say that. But instead I just go like, wow, racist, huh? That's pretty cringe, dude. 2021 racist, cringe. And they just fucking devastated.
Yeah.
Just they shut
That
up
works, really?
immediately, dude. Without fail, every
Not
single
the C
time
word.
they immediately
cringe
because they know it's wrong. Like they know it's wrong, but as soon as you call them cringe, they're like, "Fuck! Oh my God, I am cringe."
Yeah, it's like when
No!
it's like when Aqua calls people out for like just being fucking dumb.
It devastates them
because they know they know
fucking
they're dumb.
devastates them.
99% of the
Yeah.
time, you get an apology right after.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm
I know, 'cause
sorry.
they're like, well, they're like, oh, I didn't realize. Like,
I didn't realize I
realize
wasn't
I was-
allowed to be racist. That's weird. I thought I was supposed to.
oh my God.
Fucking
You make
people.
because you make them think. You make them like use their fucking brain for 2 seconds. You make them like switch off like gamer mode and turn on like real world mode, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm a piece of shit."
Yeah. That being said, like Dekie said, we've done a lot of bashing comments and chatters and stuff, but
I love
they
chat.
are
love
also
chat.
so funny
They bring me
at the
joy
same time. A lot of the
every
time.
day.
We're bashing like the point
Yeah, we're bashing the
0.001%
bad
of
apples. And
Yeah.
even like this update looks weird. It's starting to like come full circle for me and become hilarious to see. I have to say.
yeah.
This guy-
I love pretty much everybody in chat.
Big Boy
Every
Booling
chat
likes to say that
everywhere.
ironically, and it's actually really funny.
You know who I love? I love the
Yeah.
members.
members.
I love the members because I know none of them do any of that. There's
Except-
probably one member out there right now. He's like,
I
they're
was gonna
making
say,
fun of me. I'm gonna fucking unsubscribe. Fuck those guys. They'll
None
show
of
them what's
our-
cringe.
None of our YouTube members or just main channel viewers or Spotify listeners are cringe.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them are cringe.
That's how
They're
you.
pog-pilled and based.
They're all based in Pog-pilled.
You know what that means, Dekie.
I like how Aqua literally invented Pog-pill in an Age of Empire match.
I didn't. I took
it
it from
just-
some guy named Gravy in my chat, who who donated some bits once and was like, "I need a mommy dom pog-pilled based gamer GF." some really
No
long
way, dude.
sentence like that, and it was the
I
funniest
remember
thing
that
I've ever
dono.
heard.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that donut too.
I remember that dono, and you totally said Pog-pilled in Age of Empires with me before that
absolutely.
dono.
And then I started saying loom pilled, and all this.
Yeah.
My villagers
And
are
that's what
loom pilled and based.
I say Pog-pilled all the time now,
It's
and
funny.
people fucking love it. Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, that's an Aqua FPS patented original. That's straight from the horse's mouth.
Soon we'll be saying
or whatever.
sheesh, and
You did say that, Aqua, and
I'm
HEXLOOM,
so over sheesh.
HEXLOOM fucking edited it like
yeah, I know. He and like a few people thought I was saying it unironically, and they commented like, "That's cringe. You're saying sheesh what the fuck, Aqua? I'm like,
Cringe.
did it ever occur to you that based on the tone in which I said it, that was ironic? Like, some people are just like, they don't pick up on subtlety too well, but that's fine. Like we were discussing earlier. But that being said, the 99% of
ones that
viewers
watch
and
the,
chat and whatever it
gamer hole.
is are hilarious, very nice people, and all they want is to see you succeed, which is amazing, honestly, I must say.
Every time I tell a joke on stream, they clip everything before I say the end of the joke, and it makes me look like a bad person.
Actually, I love Charborg, because Charborg, they do that all the fucking time. Like, that's all the people try to do is get him out of context, which he's easy to get out of context, let's be honest. It's Charborg.
I get out of context constantly. I'm so
Oh my god,
over
Orby
it.
does that to me all the time.
Yeah.
And makes it like I'm like Tobias Bluth though. It sounds terrible. It's like he'll cut it so like Orby will cut me talking about like, you know, being in a fight, right, in Rust, and I'll say like, man, one guy I can handle, but two, that's too much. And then Orby will clip that and then call it like Aqua talking about his last sexual experience, something like that.
I had one I clipped of Aqua that I thought was just like the funniest one I've ever gotten of Aqua, where I made it Aqua approaches you in a men's bathroom, and it was just a clip of Aqua saying like, wow, that's rather large.
Nice.
Yes, that's like a very Orby type of clip. Pretty funny. You know what people have been doing in my stream actually lately? I think it's just a couple of people, but it is so fucking stupid. like when we were playing Rust recently, you were like, 2 guys over here, and I'd be like, okay, I'm coming, like that. And someone would just clip like, okay, I'm coming. And call it like coming. And it's one of the highest viewed clips on my fucking channel. So it's so stupid.
Okay,
And you know it's
I'm
stupid.
coming.
I'm coming, and then I will come help you with that fight. I'm coming, and then I will arrive at the situation and help.
Damn, I gotta like sign. I can't like type in Aqua's Discord now. What the fuck?
You gotta verify.
I gotta like.
Yeah.
Gotta verify and do a captcha.
That's why
and
no one
fucking,
responds now when I add everyone. And
Yeah.
during the
Yeah,
food review,
'cause
I
it's
like
too bad-
added everyone,
It's too hard for them to
and like 4
verify.
people
God,
responded.
it's so many steps, dude. Ugh.
I know, Discord needs to get with their
Guys,
shit.
verify in my Discord, please. So,
Well, the problem
so I
is
don't
that
feel like a dork. Nobody
Discord-
answers.
Discord has said for the last year that they would add in a verification thing. That way, we stop getting like thousands of bots entered a day, and they never fucking did.
This is cool. This is cool, but also it's like, Jesus Christ! I had to.
What do you have to do?
That was like that was a solid minute of work
It's a
just so I could
captcha.
type in Aqua's
Yeah.
Discord again.
It's a captcha, third-party captcha.
God, it's like you gotta like type, verify.
Someone was
and
like
then
going around
account
pretending to be
messages
me,
you.
being like, "Hey, click this link and I'll give you some free
Yeah.
Rust skins or something."
Dude, I've noticed it's really bad
Yeah, that's
lately
why-
on Discord.
that's why you have to do
During
this.
this podcast, I got a fucking message from somebody saying like, did you know in 1997 a Harvard grad student laughed at Jeff Bezos when he came to speak about his customer-centric business model? It's like a whole fucking...
And in 2021, we're
massive-
still laughing at Jeff Bezos, though.
But it's
he's really rich,
it's
so
like
whatever.
Five paragraphs of like how to hack Amazon. Here's an instructional video. Sign up for my course.
He is by far the funniest billionaire, in my opinion.
He's the most phallic-shaped billionaire. Okay, that's what it is.
Part of the reason he's funny.
All right, I streamed for the first time in
I saw that.
probably like 6 months to a year, and I did a thing that I said, if I get 25 subs, I will eat a banana on stream. So
No.
immediately Arcos
My
subbed.
God.
gave 25 subs. Sorry, Arcos. I ate the banana with a fork and knife. Those dirty.
Oh, I
perv.
heard about this.
Yeah, and now it's a big rage in Aqua's Discord. People are really upset. But
How do you guys feel about
You should have like
Sub
peeled it
goals.
and like sucked on it while you're eating it. You know, that's what Arcos wanted.
Yeah, that's what he paid for. Yeah.
Sorry, what were you
While
saying?
we're on the
ZChum?
topic of kings doing a banana consumption sub goal, how do you guys feel about sub goals?
I've never done one.
Great.
But
Subathon, sub goals, whatever you need to live comfortably.
yeah,
I feel like I've noticed like a shifting narrative on sub goals lately, where people have like asked me to do sub goals to like do fun events, right? Like do another do a sub goal for like another pool stream,
That's a huge thing.
do a sub
I
goal
think
for
that
this and that.
if people have a reason to sub, like they know it's going towards something, it feels better to sub or gift it because you know your money's going to. I mean, when you sub, you are giving money to the streamer. It helps them continue streaming. But if you have like a cool thing that you're going to do at whatever amount, people might be like, I feel good about subbing and I get to see, a cool event, which is another topic we mentioned in the past. And I'm not going to talk too much about. We are working on a little gamer hole meetup that hopefully will happen pretty soon.
We're also working on the live stream.
And the live stream, I think the live stream we actually can do right through this program that we're now testing. We're going to have to test it. But
this
it actually
is my
has,
favorite one for
it
sure.
It has producers also in this live stream program. We could have a producer to change how it looks and stuff. We don't even have to go through OBS.
Yeah. We'll do the live stream soon.
yeah.
We promise. We're working on it. We're constantly trying to figure out ways to do it and do it good.
Yeah, and also
do it right.
ZChum wanted to take a little bit of a break, and we didn't want to do it while he was gone, too, which is a big thing for us to test.
They wouldn't dare do anything
Exactly.
without me.
ZChum is the one we have to get approved by.
Aqua actually messages me on Discord for permission for every breath he takes.
He is right now.
May I breathe?
He's asking.
The sub goal thing, though.
I'm so
I don't know,
thirsty
like-
for air.
Sub goals don't bother me. The only time that I'm sometimes questioned is if like they will have like daily sub goals, not
Yeah,
for a reason. For zero reason. It's
Yeah.
just like I want 20 subs today.
Yeah,
You gotta
the-
do
the
you gotta
no
do something
reason
when you
sub
hit it.
goal.
You got to do something when you hit it. Like I know HEXLOOM.
I've been trying to
HEXLOOM had one.
come up with one.
And he did. I think he like deleted items or something if he hits it or something like that. It wasn't daily, but it was like I get to 150 subs.
Right.
or
Yeah,
whatever
if
it was.
you plan something and do it, like
You need to do something, and also people need to stop with their dumbass ones. Because I remember, sometimes they're funny, but most of the time they're not. Where people are like, 200 subs and I'll buy a jar of mayo. They won't eat it; they'll just buy it. Or like some people put. I know someone actually this worked. Someone did a donation goal and did
eat a banana, Kings.
Well, I'm not actually a streamer. That was supposed to be the joke.
Yeah.
But someone put, I want to buy a house and did a donation goal of 200,000 and they actually got 200,000. But that was back in the day when IRL just chatting streaming was about taking your clothes off. And that girl got 200,000, which I thought was genius and at the same time sad. But the point is that like, I don't know. I feel like you should make a realistic sub goal and not daily. Unless you're being a total mean.
I'd like to come up with something fun to do.
Yeah.
Which is what?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just so lethargic lately, which I think I'm pretty confident is from the muscle disease.
Yeah.
I want to like do all these. I have so much ambition for my Twitch streams, like with just like servos that control things in my office and like channel point redemptions that activate things on my computer and in my room. And I'm finding that I just don't have the fucking energy lately to build all this shit, which is really a bummer. I really want to
don't have muscle disease to my knowledge, and I don't want to do any of that either. So don't don't feel too bad.
But it's like
I should feel bad.
The difference is I want to do it.
Yeah,
I just don't have the
understand.
energy to do it.
Yeah.
I feel this drive of like I really need to do this, but I can't because I don't have the energy. I just want to technologically advance my stream. I wanna
Hey,
take it to the next level.
maybe when they figure it out, you'll feel well enough to do all that stuff.
Yeah. You'll at least be
look
able to
at the
make
bright
a
side.
plan. You'll be able to do a plan and then figure out what you want to do next.
My main thing I want to do is that Rust event, Aqua.
Yes,
we
me
were
too,
talking
me
about
too.
with like the switch in the
And
center
that
of the
other
base.
secret thing we were talking about.
Yeah, I'd really like to do some smart home enabled everything.
Yeah. Well,
the secret thing that I have too is I'm hoping ZChum is able to make it to that thing, to the meetup,
yeah.
because I want to turn the whole house into a crazy technological.
Listen, if
crazy-
you tell me how to do it, I'll tinker away. I
If
love
it's
to
in
tinker.
If it's in New York,
it's
I'll probably be
it's
okay.
not. It's right near you though. You drove past essentially.
Then I'm
pick
probably
up the
it's
car.
probably fine.
Yeah, to pick up the other.
It's probably fine then. I did get another car though. I don't know if I told you guys that.
I think you told us a
I think I
little bit.
told
You said
Aqua
you
that.
sold the Mercedes and you picked up something else.
I did.
I'm gonna buy it from you.
I love this car, man.
If you sell it, let me know. I'm not kidding. I love it too.
I bought that car and I didn't even know how to drive stick, and I kind of know how to drive stick now. I'm getting better at it. I still stall out at I'm still a little too afraid to drive it in heavy traffic.
Yeah. I'm still that way, and I've driven stick for, I mean, not that much, but a little bit, and I like right now, since it's been 10 years since I've done it, I never want to do it again, really.
Dude, it's
I've driven
so
a lot of stick.
inconvenient.
It's the worst.
It's like
that
city
would
is
be
like
a clip for
nightmare.
Orby right there. But I've driven a lot of stick. And
God,
at a certain
I hope nobody watching this episode clips
Just
that
Just
portion
records
of it.
that little bit.
Just
and-
that.
It's not even that bad. Driven stick. What does that mean? It just sounded funny for a second.
I've driven a lot of stick.
driven a
That
lot of
sounds-
stick. And
Sounds a little sus, Aqua, but
there's a point where I've also given countless hand jobs. Okay, so I've driven a lot of stick, and there's a point where it just like clicks for you, and it's like totally second nature. You just need to like practice, and becomes like muscle
I'm
memory, just like
realizing-
driving an automatic car. You'll get it.
I'm realizing that that's becoming like the more and more I do it, the more it's starting
really
to become like
pretty
I know
easy.
where first is, I know where second is, I know where third is.
Yeah, and there's
I
like
don't have to,
learning a
look
little
down
bit of
and
getting
think.
used to each car.
Yeah.
You know, because they're all different. Like the clutch
That's
feels
what I've been
different,
told.
and everything.
Yeah.
The clutches
and the
will
stick is in a
engage at
different. Yeah, you'll pick it up quick.
But when you do it like really well, it feels good. I'm not gonna lie. When you're in a manual,
it's
like, and you're
awesome.
just,
It's much more
Yeah, it's
involved.
yeah, and you
Dude,
can like
I've
vroom
said
in
this-
between. It's awesome.
Yes. I've said this before. I think I might have said it on the podcast, but I think driving is going to become like a much bigger deal than it is right now. Like driving sports like NASCAR and any sort of just like racing is going to become like a huge deal as electric cars and automatic transmissions get more and more commonplace.
yeah.
The act of like learning to drive as a sport is going to become like insanely niche, right?
Right. I do
think NASCAR is going to blow up.
I hate
think
NASCAR.
and racing
but yes,
is going
I
to.
agree. Racing itself
Yeah, I think
will become bigger once automatic cars.
it's going to become more and more appreciated, especially when your car has like autopilot features and drives itself, and you plug it into the wall. Kids who are being born now are going to grow up like. That's what cars used to be. They used to be these loud, polluting, like gas guzzling. You have to like manually operate the transmission devices. That's insane. And people who can still like operate vehicles like that are gonna be like athletes essentially. Like,
Oh, there's this really cool thing. I know this is slightly on this topic, but it's a little bit funny. I don't remember the exact details, so feel free to call me a dumbass in the chat in the comments. But I believe Pete Buttigieg was asked on Fox, I think it was, and they were like trying to catch him. They were like, "Oh, Pete, why didn't you invite Tesla to
hit
your
him
little?"
with a gotcha.
We gotcha. You didn't. You're playing favorites because
Yeah.
you didn't invite Tesla to your thing. And he goes, and Pete's like, "Well, it was a tailpipe emission thing, and I feel like electric cars, since it doesn't have tailpipes, don't need to go." But it was just like a hilarious thing where,
Since they don't emit.
yeah, so it was just hilarious how like, you know, the reporter or whatever, whoever fucking wrote this for the reporter too, was like, "Gotcha," you know,
Yeah.
like we'll really get Pete,
And it like wasn't a gotcha at all.
yeah. It's in between his two monitors, and he's trying to get it perfect so it doesn't show any monitor.
Damn, it's on the bottom now.
I think it's fine. I think you're good.
Aqua, your new camera angle is great, man.
Well, he has 3 cameras now.
Dekie, I agree, and I think that's where we're moving. I think we're gonna quickly move. Dude, why would you buy a car when there's like a whole fleet of electric vehicles in your city that all you have to do is like tap a button on your phone and it'll drive itself to your door, pick you up,
no,
and then take you wherever you want to go?
I 100% agree, but I do think that racing will become an more of a sport, especially
more
like rally racing and shit too. Where like it's cool turns and shit.
Will be huge.
That's going to be huge when people don't know like how to even drive. There's
going to be a whole new generation of kids who grow up with cars that just drive them. They don't even have to learn how to drive. The cars just take them wherever the fuck they need to go.
Can you imagine like a 5-year-old just going somewhere alone in a car?
I think
that'll probably never happen.
I think that's going to be.
I think that'll become common,
and I think that's going to be amazing. I think that's what they should. I think that it will be amazing.
I'm going to Susie's house. Then a parent puts their kid in a car and it drives them there. And when the parent can just sit on YouTube,
emissions. Yeah, when it's less emissions,
not have to do any parenting.
And to be fair, it's less dangerous than having a human driver in that car.
Yes, eventually.
Humans, right now, autopilot is safer than humans.
Well, I think eventually they should take humans off from the road. And it should just be automatic.
Between autopilot and humans, then it'll be flawless almost.
One day, man, it's gonna be. We used to let people fucking do that. We used to let people get in something and fucking launch themselves at 75 miles an hour.
How the fuck do we let people
That's crazy.
Drive?
Yeah.
I don't even trust people to fucking make my lunch correctly.
Yeah, that's why I use a horse and
we're
buggy.
Supposed to like.
I hate when I'm driving and like there's no light and I'm just like going down a fast road and someone is like waiting to turn, for me to pass.
Yeah, and
I get
like, please
so
don't kill
nervous
me. Please don't fucking
every
kill me.
fucking time. Like I'm putting my life in this idiot's hands.
Yeah, and in some fucking every time you get in a car, you're putting your life in 300
the
people's
worst
hands.
is like upstate, New York. Those intersections where you're on a highway and there's no light and people just wait. That scares the shit out of me. I hate that. Hate it.
Yep.
I get so nervous.
Dude, think of how just brain dead you are, and now assume everyone else is also that brain dead, right? Yeah. Like,
terrifying.
I barely trust myself to drive, and everyone else out there is either worse than or as good as me. Like, that's terrifying. All it takes is one guy who, like, drops his fucking croissant while driving and goes to, like, pick it up and veers a little too much into oncoming traffic, and now we're both dead. That's insane.
It is. Yeah. That's why I don't like to leave the house.
That's why you don't leave the house at all. You could trip falling out the door.
That's why I never leave. Yeah. The safety of my home. Ever.
The safety of
That's
one
right,
room.
Everybody. Never leave. Never go outside. Stay home and
watch the podcast.
The Gamer Hole.
Don't go,
or listen to it on Spotify.
Don't go to your friend's house. Don't go to school. Don't go to any sporting activities. Don't go to concerts. Just sit at home.
Be a neat and listen to the Gamer Hole. Yeah. Like us.
Actually, don't even. The internet can be dangerous too. You should just
lay in bed.
Sit in your office. You should just sit on the floor and breathe and eat until you die, and that'll be the safest life.
And chew your food very carefully as well.
Well, smoothies all the time. That's all.
Yeah, you better blend
Honestly,
your food.
Don't want to choke.
Don't want to choke.
I like to massage my pieces of meat and really get them tender.
And if you eat a pizza, make sure you take all the cheese off. Sometimes the string can get stuck in your throat. It's a little uncomfortable.
Speaking of that, real quick, somebody came into my chat the other day, and they're like, "Dekie, you're the most disgusting, fucked up person when it comes to food." But they're like, whenever you eat something, it makes me so fucking hungry. And I was like, well, I'm glad somebody can at least, like, enjoy it, even though I destroy all my food. Because I love eating so much. It's my favorite thing.
Me too. And you're like desecrating all your food before you eat it. Dekie, you have if you love eating that much, you have such an untapped world of potential ahead of you. I just want to show you the world and show you such delicious things you could be enjoying.
We need to find that.
There's so much out there,
hypnotizer or
Dekie.
whatever. That
Yeah,
magician to
hypnotist.
hypnotize you.
You know, that would be a fun thing during the event, the Gamer Hole meetup.
Yeah.
We can... Sorry, Dekie.
We can hypnotize
Trying to,
Dekie.
like, sign you
Dude,
up on
I
this.
know we're, like-
We can, like,
I know we're-
trial and error, like, different food with him and,
Yeah.
like, get him to explain, like, the
Oh, I
issue,
thought-
and then
I
maybe
thought
we
you were
can
gonna go down-
change the way he thinks about it. Huh?
I thought you were gonna go down the route of getting someone to hypnotize Decky.
We
Yeah.
could get a
during the
hypnotist in,
event.
too. Yeah.
Too, yeah.
Yeah. I was driving home the other day and I heard an ad on the radio for a hypnotist, like in my town.
Really?
Yeah, and the ad was like, I lost 32 pounds with whatever the fuck his name was. And I was so impressed. I took my husband and my husband learned to quit smoking thanks to the hypnotism. It's like $150 and you sit in like a Holiday Inn conference room and he stands up on the stage in the front and hypnotizes you to stop smoking.
Yeah, that's what I want, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
I know a guy that
Yes.
does that. Yeah,
No
he used to be a
chance.
magician. But then magicians didn't.
Yeah.
No, I'm not joking. This guy used to be a magician. He used to go to my dad's Christmas parties or whatever for the work, and he used to be a magician there. And then people stopped caring too much about magicians, and they started caring about hypnotists. So now he's a hypnotist. I think
Yeah,
that
no
he has the
fucking chance, that
qualifications.
shit.
I think we can get him.
Have
Hypnotists and
magicians fallen off?
I think they have. They're now
Like I didn't know if I
they're
just
now
was less
illusionists.
interested now as an adult.
You know what
Yeah, it
killed
just seems like-
magicians for me and the rest of the world? That
There are
stupid
dozens of
magician
us.
movie with Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Allen or
Great movie.
What's that
Great
guy's
movie.
name? Woodman
Woodman Harrelson.
Woodman Harrelson.
Yep.
I never
guys,
watched that one.
God, that
Um,
movie sucked. It ruined the entire trade of magicianry.
Great
It
movie.
was so
I
bad.
was really big into I actually still know a lot of card tricks, like a startling amount of
I
card
know
tricks.
one good one.
I only know how to palm stuff, like
Um,
palm cards. That's about it.
My dad taught me this one where you shuffle the deck, you have somebody draw a card, put it back in the deck, and then you have them go and grab a fruit, and then they cut the fruit open, and their card is like rolled up in the fruit.
How the fuck do you do that?
And then I got another one I do at parties where you shuffle the deck, have someone pick a card, they put it back in, you take the deck, and you just fucking yeet it at a window, and it fucking the cards explode on the window, then their card
Wait,
is
you
like
know how
on
to
the
do
other
all that
side of
shit?
the glass. Oh yeah, I'm big into card tricks. Dude.
How seriously
He
do
can't
you
tell
take
you. He
magicianry?
can't tell
Or
you,
would
otherwise
you
he loses
not
magician.
Tell us?
I wanted to be a magician for so long in my
Those
life.
are pretty
I was
advanced
so
tricks.
into it. They're not advanced tricks. They're not like super advanced tricks, but they're enough that you have to like know a little bit of sleight of hand.
Tell me this.
You have to
to-
know
to be good at
magic.
it.
What are you talking
How-
about?
So you're saying
difficult is it to
ZChum knows how to
perform?
pick pockets?
How difficult are those tricks to perform once you know how to do it?
You have to be very confident in your abilities, because if you mess up, you're gonna look like a fucking dipshit. Like you just look like such an idiot. You gotta practice a bit to get it right.
ZChum, will you do some magic for us during this event?
Yeah, I could.
On-
I'll buy
if
you a
guys
top
want.
hat. I'll buy you a top hat and everything.
I had this one that I made up myself, because every card trick is a play on just older card tricks. I had this one where I would have a friend, like, because we'd have like poker nights, and I'd have somebody pick a card, and then they'd put it back in the deck. I'd let them shuffle the deck, they'd shuffle it, and then I'd pick a random card. I'd be like, all right, ready for this? Is this your card? And they'd be like, no, and I'd be like, oh shit. And I'd act like the trick was done. I was like, I must have fucked it up. And at the end of the night, when everybody was getting ready to go home, they'd put their foot in their shoe, and their card would be in
Oh
their
my
shoe.
god.
They'd be like, what the fuck? This was my card. And I was like, I knew all along that was your
The
card.
long con in magicianry.
Yes. Very nice.
That was my patented.
We're
patented
so
move.
having a magic show.
I used to like just throwing two aces up my sleeve, and then when playing poker, steal everyone's money, and then
That's a good
walk
trick,
home.
dude. Yeah.
Good trick. I haven't
ZChum.
told them to this
Kinda like
day. It's a long con because I'll tell them later.
yeah. There you go. ZChum, can you saw me in half?
That's the kind of magic I miss.
You know what? Let's try that. We're gonna do that at the event. We'll just I'll give ZChum a chainsaw.
A really good like coin one where you'd like.
Oh my god, that looked so good. Can you do one, just a really quick one for us on the gamer hole?
Wasn't that a really quick one?
That was a quick one. That was good.
It like fell into your hand. I mean, I know how you did that one.
I haven't done it. I haven't done them in a long time. You take like a coin and then you grab it, but you gotta like really have it like. Whoa.
Does it go down your sleeve?
Why don't I just?
Can you make other things disappear? Like
Who
bananas?
carries change around anymore? I've the one where you like you rub it into your palm and it disappears. That one's pretty good. I don't own any quarters, I guess. Sorry.
Yeah, me neither.
We'll do magic.
It's
All right.
weird just because I
we'll
feel
do
like magic
at
has turned primarily just into like stunts. Like David Blaine. What happened to his street magic? Now he hangs from balloons and shit. Gets trapped in ice.
Both. He does both. He still does.
Remember when David Blaine shoved his? Oh, that was Chris Angel. When Chris Angel shoved his fucking hand through that guy backstage. You guys remember that?
I don't remember that, but it sounds about right.
That was big. There was like this dude backstage at a Chris Angel show, and he's like getting ready to go out on stage. And the guy's like on his phone, and he's like in Chris Angel's way. So Chris Angel like grabs him by the shoulder and sticks his hand through him. And the guy looks down, and he's like, "Oh!"
Mind
it was
freaked
clearly
him.
staged, but it was definitely a mind freak moment, you know.
Chris Angel was like my third favorite gothic magician.
Third favorite.
Yeah.
What?
My third favorite goth, like emo magician. Yeah.
David Blaine is the only one. David Blaine and Penn and Teller are like the only magicians I respect, because David Blaine is more of like a endurance.
He's so
magician.
sleepy. He's like, hey, you want to see us? You want to see some magic?
I don't even care about David Blaine. It's
He's just
that,
so jaded.
Yeah.
He's so tired of it.
that fucking
Like,
parody. Was it even on YouTube, dude?
Yeah,
Of the-
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that parody is so much better than anything David Blaine's ever done.
He's like,
that's not for dude. David Blaine's done some fucked.
I love-
David Blaine's like the one who
I love when he
who, like,
comes out with
survived-
specials and stuff. It's great.
like survived like holding his breath for like an entire day and shit like that.
I think it was like
David
20
Blaine's done
minutes
some,
or
like-
something, wasn't it? Like,
No, he's done some insane endurance stunts where it's like the buried alive shit and like the like when he was like in an orb and he had to like inject himself with like oxygenated blood or some shit to like stay underwater for a whole day.
mm-hmm. I think it was like
that's
20
magic.
minutes or
Okay,
something.
that's-
And he like actually just like trained. But either way, like, I think that's even cooler.
No, it was
Last one
longer
with
than
the
20
balloons,
minutes.
like, I get it's
Oh,
hard to
maybe not.
breathe up
Okay.
high, but I was like, what the fuck is this even going on? He just had a bunch of balloons carrying him up and then
17
drop them.
minutes. 17 minutes and 4 seconds. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, I think he legit did that.
Yeah, he did legit do that. That's why David Blaine's crazy, is because he like you think it's magic, but it's just him being fucking insane. Like,
All right.
David Blaine.
Good podcast,
endurance.
everyone. It's an hour and
Man,
22 minutes.
Shit, yeah, we did go over today. God damn.
We touched on a lot of topics today.
Yeah,
Cool
good one.
Thank you so much for watching and listening to the Gamer Hole podcast. This has been ZChum, Aqua FPS, Mr. Dekie, and King's Entourage. We love you, and we'll see you next Thursday, every Thursday, for the rest of your life.
Hey, thank you for watching the Gamer Hole today. I hope you enjoyed your time in the hole with us. But if you want to see some exclusive content, every week we do a special episode as well as the occasional live stream, you know, just some extra stuff. You can join the members program here on YouTube. There's a little join button down below the video there. Check it out. Either way, we'll see you again next week, every Thursday, forever. Okay, thanks again.